12 o'clock, noonish plus 5 or so. Here's the bad dad joke of the day. Bad dad joke of the day. Did you hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away. Okay, Saturday, May the 2nd. Let's do some work. On the lift again. Oh my gosh, I'm on the lift again. My idea of fun is riding with my friends. But don't you know I'm on the lift again? All right, well, this is the bike formerly known as the Limey bike. I'm going to put some fresh oil seals in it. And the client has supplied me with a complete set of bushings and seals. And that's good. And so I'm going to start now. I'm going to do something different this time. I always get about halfway through this job with the wheel out, the fender off, wheel out, brake off, and my fork's just sitting out there in the wind. And I realize I have to unscrew these seal retainers under here. And I said, doggone it. So this time I'm going to take the fender off, the caliper off, leave the wheel in place, and try to break these seal retainers free using the wheel to lock the forks in place. It should be a little bit easier. Then I'll take the wheel out and see how it goes. All right, so let's start by taking the caliper off. And now we'll take the fender off. Nice custom fender. Hey, Tomas.
How are you, sir?
Just fine. I'll be right there. Well, I've got the fender off, caliper off, fender off, and the fork sliders caps up in the air. I'm going to try to break these fork retainers loose now. Let's see how that goes. All right, what I'm going to do is take some number 220, because that's what I have, some wet or dry sandpaper. Put it around the top here, facing in with the grippy side, the sandy side, in towards the retainer. Then I'm going to put this around the outside and tighten it down. So let's get this ready. Okay, so I've got the clamp on top of the wet or dry sandpaper. And we're going to try to unscrew this. By tapping this, tap, 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 tap. At first we'll try little Jake, just a regular roll ball peen, see if we can get it to break free. And it did, good. That's nice. All right, so let's take this off and do the other side. Believe me, they don't normally come off this easy. Usually once you get this on and once you get this in your hand, you work real hard to get this thing to break free. So let's move this to the other side and try again. I've had bikes come in here with these top caps chewed up from people using pipe wrenches on them. If this works when you do it, that's a whole lot better. If it doesn't work, well, and you got pipe joint pliers, slip joint pliers, pipe wrenches, you're in good shape. But I prefer this way. I didn't make it up, by the way. I read it somewhere. Okay. Works. There it goes. Okay. So at least I've got both of these top caps loose now. Now I can take the wheel off and drop the lower legs. All right, now this is interesting because I think we put a set of fork seals in this bike the last time it was here, in which case I would have removed this front wheel the last time it was here, and I would have seen that it has the original open unsealed bearings in the hub last time it was here. So the question is, why are these original unsealed bearings still in here? And the answer is, I don't know. I'm going to have to go through some records and find out, did we have this front wheel disassembled? And if so, that ain't right. Why are these original bearings in here? Because I don't think I would put it back together with these open bearings. You can feel how they're a little grindy right there. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'll have to see if when I worked on this last, which was not too long ago, and if so, why are these old open bearings with felt washers still in there? Let's see if I have a tool to lift this out. Be right back. All right, so this retainer is not marked with an L for left-handed, which means it's probably right-handed. This is a tool that fits these type of things. Come on, get in the freaking hole. First, I'll try it by hand. Just tap those down into the holes. Get as good a bite as possible. Oh, okay. Well, All right. Gee, that works well, doesn't it? Good old open bearings. I don't know. I just can't see me leaving open bearings in here. They don't feel bad. Okay, I'm back. These are bearing pullers. You put the appropriate bearing adapter in, and then you use this slide hammer to pull it out from the other end, and it will pull the bearing right out of there. Okay, it works great. I don't use it that way, but it works great. Let's see, how's this go? It goes this way, Frank. All right, get down there. I take this and put it in the way it's supposed to go, like so. Okay, so it's inside the bearing. Tighten this down. So now it's held to the bearing. I think that's 2 3/4. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so now it's nicely expanded in there. And quite frankly, instead of pulling it out with the slide hammer, let's see, will this fit? I just knock it out. From the other side. So I got it over here, and I'll show you how it's coming out over here. Can you see that? So it's coming out just fine. I don't think I can finish it while you're watching, but I'll try. And there you go. Then when you get done with that, you simply lean over, pick up the bearing off the floor, and continue the job. So there it is. Now to get the other one out, it's pretty straightforward. First of all, you reach in here and you take this greasy spacer out of here. I don't know what the grease in there is supposed to do, but it's completely and totally unused. It's just grease that's living inside. That exposes the bearing on the other side. There you go. All right. And there's your other bearing. Two bearings. Let's see what flavor they are.